Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. I am me. This is gonna work, right? They hear me. I don't know. I just
Yeah,
felt
they
like
do.
doing something different. I don't know. I'm feeling comfortable. You know what I
Right,
mean?
as you should.
Episode 10.
Episode 10.
We really doing this.
Yeah, we are. Going steady and strong.
Yeah.
Yes, so I mean you were introducing, but episode 10. And shout out to y'all, of course, for making it to episode 10 with us. Shout out to our consistent viewers
Yeah.
that are with us on this journey.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a CarVett Convos without y'all. So shout out to our steady supporters tuning in every Sunday for a new drop,
You know it.
because that's when we drop every Sunday. You can check back with us for a new episode because that's what it's going to be.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it's gonna be. And like my wife said, every Sunday you can catch us. You know what I mean? And this is again another episode 10 of CarVett Convos. You have the lovely, the wonderful, the beautiful, the fabulous, the magnificent, the just her. Big Mama, my wife Faith.
Big
You know what
Mama.
I mean? In the building, looking as wonderful, smelling as good as she does. And then you got the oh so debonair, the oh so him, the oh so extra that guy, the wonderful, the Mr.
Of
Fantastic,
course.
the the
The
the
car.
the car to her vet. You know what I mean? You can just call me Mike. Simple as that. And like I
Yeah.
mentioned, this is episode 10.
Mm-hmm.
This episode is a little special though.
Yeah, it is.
I'll say it is.
Shout out to our viewers, like I
Yeah.
said earlier, because we have stated, continue to like, share, comment,
Comment.
subscribe,
Subscribe on the
let your
YouTube channel.
aunties and your greats and everybody in your circle, even those that y'all don't like, let them know about us,
Please.
about CarVett Combos. Tune in, because we do have a special episode
Yeah.
per one of our viewers.
Shout out our viewers, man.
We got a viewer topic.
We do.
Woo!
We told y'all, we're kind of, I'm not going to say we're like going to say everything in our life, but we're pretty willing to talk about stuff and give our opinions on views and stuff. So we got, like my wife said, our very first viewer topic. And it's going to be entitled, Too Nice or is it just friendly?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
Is it considered
nice versus friendly?
Nice versus friend? Like what is the difference? Because obviously we feel like it's a fine line, and we're talking about in terms of you being in a relationship. Like what's being too nice and what's just being plain old friendly? Like what's the difference?
Mm-hmm.
So we were asked to talk about that today, and I think that'll be a pretty interesting topic. So with that being said, how was your week so far? Before we jump into that, because we know the topic. So,
right.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Thank you, husband.
Of course.
Spring break vibes for us.
Mm-hmm.
Like I stated, I work at a school. So my school, I do work with our daughter.
Of course.
So we're
Shout
on
out
spring
you.
break. So, just taking this week, just to chill, get some work done. But I'm feeling great,
That's good. You looking great.
Thank you.
Yeah, as always.
Thank
Gotta
you.
say that. You know what I mean? Gotta let you know that.
Thank you, handsome.
So a top or something.
How are you feeling though?
Me?
Before we dive into it, how you feeling?
I'm cool. I'm all right. I feel like as long as we're able to put out good content, this is my relief in a way. Plus, I've been doing some editing and stuff, cracking out these reels. So go like the reels on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere.
Definitely
Every
go
time you
tune
see a
in.
reel, please like it. So I've been busy, but it's been a good busy because I'm learning stuff and you know y'all home, so I'm spending time with y'all too, which is pretty cool. So
Mhm.
I'm good, man. I have no real complaints right now.
Love to hear that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, definitely go tune into our previous
Please
episodes.
do check that out.
Like I said, well, like we said, episode 10. So go tune into the older episodes.
I was just gonna say that.
Definitely if you haven't tuned in. If you're a new viewer, welcome.
Welcome, man.
Thank you for tuning in with us. But yeah, definitely go check out like what we've put out so far. Go, any suggestions, like we're welcome to suggestions. And if you want us to talk about something you may be interested in seeing us like talk about, let us know. We're open, we're transparent.
Yeah, I'd say we can talk about some stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd say we willing to talk about some
Yeah.
stuff.
Like we already got our things that we want to talk about, but if you as viewers want to
Yeah,
see us talk about something that, hey, like I
I'm
want to
really
see them talk
curious.
about that.
Yeah,
You want to be anonymous,
yeah.
like
We would never say
like
your
we're
name.
not, yeah, we're not
I don't
using
even.
any
Yeah,
names, like even in our on coming topic that
yeah.
we're about
We're
to
we're not
discuss.
we're not name
We're
dropping.
anonymous.
Yeah,
They're
everything
anonymous. So
everything's anonymous. We ain't gonna say your name. We may you don't even know how we gonna spin it, but we will say it was a viewer suggested topic, and that I'm pretty sure once we said, the viewer gonna know it was like, oh, they said my topic, and if they want to tell y'all it was their topic, then that's up to them. But we ain't gonna just sit here and say, yeah, this person, that person gave it to us. But yeah, you hit on something that I was like thinking about, and it was just suggesting that people go back and watch our older videos because it's like, dang, this episode 10,
yeah, episode 10.
and we started dropping consistently again with episode
5.
5.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
proud of you.
You proud of
I'm
me?
proud of you, man.
Oh.
You popping up, you talking and stuff. Because believe it or not, Faith, people that don't know you don't think you talk.
They just think I'm a mute.
Believe it or not, like
Yeah.
people be like, she talks, and it's like, yeah, like she does.
Yeah, like I definitely talk.
Yeah,
I'm not a mute.
she's not.
But I will say this has and is definitely bringing me out of my comfort zone. Believe it or not, I would feel like I don't know, like you're the more, this is your thing. Like
I'm the talker.
you are the talker. You're the in the front of the camera. Er, that's not
Yeah,
even
front of the camera guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is you. So, shout out to the Table Podcast.
Stop this conversation. You got big things ahead of you, bro.
Oh man, Let's See Plans is not only a podcast, it's a record label too.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I mean?
Oh, he ain't playing, man.
yeah.
He rub them hands like
Birdman.
It's a record deal as well.
Yes, of course.
Shout out the guys.
Yes, shout out to
bros.
y'all. Y'all on episode 25.
Yeah.
Episode 25. Shout out
25.
y'all. And it just goes to show like the growth that y'all have made.
Yeah.
The lengths that y'all have came to, and like this is your thing. Like this is your baby. So, you're bringing me out into the spotlight. Yes, I do talk.
Mm.
I can talk. I'm just more in the background. I be chilling, But this is my way of showing y'all like, just bringing myself to the forefront in front of the camera. Letting y'all hear my opinions. Letting y'all hear my voice as well. The wife, the missus.
Yeah. The one.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Yeah, I feel like a lot of the stuff that we talk about, it's like we talk about this stuff just me and you. And then too, I just feel like since so many people look at us and just be like, they might just seem so secretive, like we don't really know much about them, and they've been together all of these
Like
years. So
people be thinking we don't argue.
that's funny.
We are just like regular people. Like
Yeah,
we are nothing special. Um, we just every day to day, yo, husband and wife, married couple. But like my husband said, we're just bringing you into our day to day conversations. We do conversate. We talk to one another. We have stuff we talk about. So we're just bringing the camera into those conversations.
yeah, I think it's pretty
That's what
cool.
CarVett Convos is.
Yeah, that's really all it is. Not too
And
crazy.
we're opening up to like our supporters. We have people out there that, you know, they want to see stuff. They want to see us talk about things, or they may not be comfortable, or they just want to see another platform bring to the forefront their topic, or just to see like other people's point of view. So we're opening that platform, or providing that platform per se to
Yeah,
make that possible.
that's what we're doing here at CarVett Convos.
Mhm.
So I think now we can go ahead and jump into our topic.
Yeah, we can. So you
So,
started off, honey.
okay. So I'll go ahead and start off the topic. Scenario is, right? Set couple goes into uh establishment, and spouse sees friend of opposite sex and says, "Hey, I remember this guy from years back. I'm gonna give him a hug." Hugs said person, hugs guy. Um, while with spouse. Then, same breath, sees another person that they know, same opposite sex, hugs this same person as well. Just based off of this person saying, "Hey, you know, um, I know you too. So can I get a hug?" Sure, you can get a hug. But the first person that was hugged was known since childhood. This other person is just known, just through association, shall I say. Spouse, in terms, interprets that his now spouse is a little bit too friendly. That's viewed as too friendly, and doesn't really like that. Feels like, you shouldn't be hugging on all these people, especially not in my presence. That's a bit too much. Now, as the guy sitting in on it, I view it from a couple different ways. Now, I don't think that it's friendly in the sense of her hugging the first guy that she knew since, all of these years. That's a long standing relationship, whatever. It gets kind of tricky when it's like this guy is like, you don't really know this guy, but you've seen him a few times, and he just like, "I see you hugged him, so I feel like I should get a hug because you hugged him." And then it's kind of like, as the spouse, if you just going around hugging all these guys, I could see, a guy feeling some type of way. On my end, though, I would view it like this: if you're hugging this person, you should know them in some capacity. So I personally wouldn't really feel no kind of way. Personally,
Okay.
I wouldn't.
Personally.
I personally wouldn't feel no kind of way with you hugging a guy or any guys, because, like I said, I would think you know them well enough to even hug them. So I wouldn't really overthink it like you're just being too friendly. I would just say, "Hey, she know the guy." I think there is a difference in the type of hugs, though. There's a difference
Yeah.
in the type of hugs. You know what I mean? If we're the one arm is
So there's
always,
different type of hugs.
yeah, there's
You're
different types
saying.
of hugs
Okay.
for sure.
So what's the different types?
There's the full, like, The
like
full
both
wraparound, yeah, the
arms,
full both
yeah.
arm hug.
So you saying like as the woman to the man, like the full like you mean like on the neck hug, like
neck hug, body hug.
okay,
I feel like
both arms essentially hug.
yeah, sometimes a both
Okay.
arm hug can be a little bit much, depending on the intent.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I just feel like the safest bet always for somebody that you don't really know like that, and you want your spouse to be secure, hit them with the one arm joint.
Yeah, the side hug essentially.
That's all I'm saying. I feel like
Well, we don't really know what type of hug was it, do we?
it was. I was told it was one arm. I was
Okay,
told
one
both was
arm.
one arm joints.
Okay.
I was told it was not like it wasn't the other overly excessive. It was just like a one arm. Hey, what up?
Okay, but you said that the first gentleman that was hugged, there wasn't really no problem. It came to the second gentleman because he felt that you gave such and such a hug. I should get a hug.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, they were still both the same type of hug.
Same type of hug.
Hmm.
So, but this guy is just not as known as the first person. Know this guy
Okay.
through us, like I said, through association, but he's
Yeah.
just not like the first guy was like long term. No, this
Okay.
guy was like through passing, seen a couple times, know of.
So the spouse never seen him, or he knew of him as well.
The spouse, I don't believe, never seen either person. It
Either
was just
person.
explained like, okay, I've known this guy since X amount, this guy, and then this guy was like, I just seen him around a few times. It's kind of explained within the moment to the spouse.
Okay. Is there any other like background we know about these individuals?
No.
Okay.
But I will say, in the sense of, so what is your point on that? Do you think it's too friendly to hug on somebody while you're with your spouse?
Well, I do understand that there are certain types of hugs that you give individuals that are not your spouse. I'm aware of the side hug. And I will say from personal experience, that's what you give like just individuals that aren't your significant others. It's just like, hey, how you doing? It's like a side hug, I'm not about to fully embrace you like you're my like person just because it's like uncomfortable, I feel like it does invite something else in a way, like so I am familiar with the side hug, but I don't know, like it's funny because I don't know if it was earlier, it could have been just yesterday, but I came across a status that said don't date me, I'ma hug like 9 people in the club.
That status has popped up a lot lately.
Yeah,
Like I've
I
seen it
feel like
from
that's
both.
funny.
I've seen it from both standpoints. I've seen it from the
Somebody said
guy.
I'm gonna go up on the stage and hug the DJ. Like,
okay, now what are you doing? What are
I
we
mean, if
really
it's a
doing?
side hug, what's wrong? Because you could be a very well known individual,
true,
and you could know a lot of people. Like, especially if you're an
but
individual
getting
that
on
go
the
out a lot,
stage, though,
and even if you don't go out a lot, like you could see a lot of individuals that could be of the opposite sex.
yeah.
But what makes it overly friendly? Like you're with your spouse,
That's touche.
you gave them a side hug. It's just acknowledge like, hey, how you doing? I mean, is it different if it's a woman?
I feel like from both aspects, the question can be asked. That's where it kind of gets to the point of like, what do you think?
Yeah.
I feel like, because it's regardless, it's a man and a woman hugging anyway. So it's kind of like,
right.
I feel like if a woman wants to, or you're saying like if a man comes in and gives a bunch of women a hug, like, is that what you were asking?
No, I was just saying like, I mean, vice versa, you could give that scenario. But I'm just saying, like, okay, I mean, they see individuals that they know. It's a side hug. You said that's what it was. Okay, they just happen to be the opposite sex. What if it's a woman? You're not gonna bat an eye. It's just the fact that it's a man. So now,
Oh,
are you
okay, yeah, I see what you're
insecure?
saying. So yeah, that's where it comes to a
Yeah,
point. Yeah, that's kind
because
of where I was gonna
now
circle it
if
back
you're
to.
insecure, then that sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah,
Because I'm not gonna say we, but with insecure people, I don't know. You tend to overthink things and you tend to like input, like, I don't know, like maybe what you done did. Now you overthinking it because, oh, I done did this.
yeah.
Now they doing that, and now I don't know what that mean. But like, if it's from a place that's of pure intentions, it's like, okay, like I seen this person. It's not like, oh, I'm whispering in their ear, I'm kissing on them or something. It's like, oh, like I see, oh, hey, how you doing? Like a quick 5-second interaction. It's like, what's so harmless
I
about that?
think that is too a point that I was gonna like circle back to. That's kind of why I wanted to hear your opinion first, because I feel like a lot of times it does come to the point of like insecurity, and it bases you, or it kind of pans the question back to like, are you secure within yourself? Because you probably might be doing something you're not supposed to be doing. Because now
Mhm.
you're feeling a certain way about something that's so innocent with this person.
Yes,
So
yes.
I feel like that's another, you know, sign to the whole people not feeling comfortable with their spouse talking or having any type of interaction with the opposite sex. So I
Mhm.
think that can affect, yeah, a person's viewpoint on their spouse being friendly or being nice. Because I think, like you said, if you know a lot of people and it's just like, you greeting a bunch of people, it's kind of like, why are you tripping if I just know this many people?
Right, like especially if they are being respectful about the
Yeah.
whole scenario. Like if it was explained, like it was a side hug, just a quick, you know, interaction with the other individual, then what's really the harm? Like what's really wrong about it? Like you said, it comes into play of you being insecure because of maybe something like you've done, or you ain't doing what you supposed to do, or you've done something and now in terms you on edge on what
Hmm.
this individual could do on behalf of what you've done. Now you on edge on every interaction or every little thing that they do because of what in terms you've done. Now that's at the forefront of your mind, and now you are, what's the word? Just
Paranoid.
paranoid.
Bro, like you
Yes, you
paranoid.
are
You
paranoid.
can't
That's
you
exactly the
you don't
word.
trust nothing.
Hmm.
You don't trust nobody. It's just
Yep.
like every move they make is questionable. But then too, it kind of begs to differ. At what point do you just be like, I don't want to deal with that?
And it comes to a point of, okay, like, if your significant other isn't comfortable with you hugging individuals or the opposite sex, or if they're just not comfortable with you hugging like just other people, period, other than them, then I feel like that's a conversation y'all should have. Because if you're holding that standard for me, I should be able to hold that same standard for you. It
Hmm.
shouldn't be no difference. If you
Yeah,
don't want me hugging other people, I shouldn't in terms turn around and I see you hugging A, B, and C
yeah,
because you just flipped out about me hugging A and B. If you can hold those same standards to me, I should be able to hold those same standards to you, and there should not be a problem.
I agree. It
So,
shouldn't be a double standard when it comes to your. I don't think it should be a double standard when it comes to like your expectations within your relationship. Those should be set clear. And then too, I feel like a lot of times conversations need to be had about boundaries. Like, what are our boundaries? And
mhm.
like, don't wait till it's right in the middle of the situation. If you feel like, I just can't see you doing this, or I wouldn't want you doing this. Like you said, a conversation needs to be had first and foremost before y'all even put yourself in them situations. Because the moment you leave the house, it's people out there. Like you probably gonna run into somebody that you know, especially if you with your spouse. You might run into somebody that you know of the opposite sex from years back.
Yeah, and especially if y'all living in the same city y'all both then grew up in.
Oh yeah,
Y'all going like out and about in shared spaces where you're bound to see people you know. If your spouse is insecure in that fact of you engaging with people that you know, you may have to reevaluate like your spouse or y'all understanding with one another, honestly.
because I don't think stuff like I feel like a person can like change, but I feel like it has to start with your mindset first. That just like if you can't believe your spouse or your person is not doing things maliciously, like if you view everything that your person is doing as like too friendly, then you're literally never gonna have clarity on what's like them just being nice. Like everything, like if they just say, "Hey, how you doing?" Why are you speaking to them? What do you mean, sir? Like,
Yeah,
or
that's
ma'am, like
super
what? Why are you?
weird.
Why are you so mad about a person responding to another human being? Okay, real quick because this just popped into my mind. How do you feel about people in like fast food of the opposite sex while you with your spouse calling the person like honey or sweetie? How does that make you feel? Do you think that's too much? Like if
That makes me feel no type of way
it doesn't?
because yeah, I honestly just get the impression that that's their personality.
Mm,
That's how they talk.
okay.
I mean, like I said earlier, that kind of stems from a insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
If that individual is insecure, then they're going to read more into like what it is that the opposite or that other individual does with their spouse or whatever. But if you're secure in who you are and you're with your spouse, and I mean, yeah, there's nothing to overthink in
Yeah.
that respect. But yeah, like in terms of that, like yeah, like for example, people in New Orleans call everybody baby.
Yeah.
That's their thing. Like whoever you are, like you're a baby. Like
Yeah.
so, and
100%.
you being not a part of that culture, you new to that. I mean, I don't know, maybe if you're insecure that may it still
It
stems
all
from
goes to insecurity.
insecurity. You gonna feel some type of way, but it's like, oh, okay. Our thing is bro. Like
Yeah. You call
we
everybody
use
bro.
bro a lot. Like
Mm-hmm.
414. Milwaukee,
That's our
like
thing.
you're a bro.
No matter who
Like
you are.
regardless, girl, boy, grandma, grandpa, auntie, you're a bro.
Dog, cat,
Okay?
squirrel.
Hey bro, like you tripping. Like
Yeah,
that's
bro.
your bro.
Or you out of
So
pocket.
it just comes to term of knowing that I don't know, that culture and
Yeah.
just where you're at. But it's not a big deal to me.
Cause I've also seen people feel like that's too much. Why'd you even responding to that? Why'd you like, bro? We trying to get waffles. All
Yeah.
she said was, "Honey, how we like." I personally don't see the big deal in any like
And
thing
they're
like that.
with
Yeah,
you.
or like if a
So
dude, if a dude says something to the effects of, "Oh, my bad, sweetheart," or something like, or if a person was to compliment your girl, I don't know, man. I'm not. I would say if you're not confident enough in yourself as a man, then you ain't gonna have no peace either with your girl. Cause like
and vice
somebody like her,
versa. If you
yes,
not confident
somebody
in
thinks she look
yourself
good.
as a woman, like if you know that the person you're with is attractive, there's going to be some people looking at them.
That's normal.
It's going to be some people that like I said, looking at them, eyeing them, feels, I don't know, attracted to them, vice versa. But you have to know that regardless of any of that, y'all are with each other.
Yeah, man.
It doesn't matter like about outside entities. Y'all are with one another. And as long as y'all have established that understanding, y'all good.
Yeah.
Like honestly.
You gotta break it down though. Like you gotta know that at the end of the day, this mine and I'm hers, or I'm vice versa. Like you gotta know that. Like if you ain't comfortable in that, then you're not gonna be happy. You're gonna everything that person do is gonna be considered just overly friendly. Like, and I think to be nice is so like, it's simple if you can just know that your spouse is yours. Like a simple interaction with the opposite sex doesn't automatically mean friendly. I only think it's friendly if it's ill intent. And I feel like we all know what ill intent is. Like it's clear. It's clear.
Yeah, like
It's
if
clear, man. I don't think you
okay,
can
they
hide.
whispering in each other's
Yeah,
ear and you
if
don't know what they doing,
yeah, if the hug a little
or like
too
they keep
long,
like bouncing off on you and
yeah,
leaving you alone to talk
yeah,
with this
man.
same individual that then gave a side hug to it, then
Mm-hmm.
it's like, all right,
That's a little
what's
much.
going on
Yeah.
here? But it's
Uh-huh.
like, okay, like that's your only interaction with them. Oh, hey, how you doing, side hug? Oh yeah,
Yeah. Once it
I've
get
side
if it
hugged
get
my
handsy
pastor,
too.
bro.
Yeah, it's like
Like,
come on now. A side
like
hug is if you
it's just like,
side
oh
hugging.
hey, how was your week?
Yeah, if you side hug,
Like,
that's a how's your week hug. That's a how you doing.
yeah,
How's
like
the day hug?
yeah, like because that same individual can side hug your spouse. Now what?
Okay, so boom. Do you think it eases up the pressure if the person that you're hugging you introduce your spouse to? Do you think that's an automatic? Like, do you think you should automatically introduce your spouse to the person that you're about to hug or that you have hugged?
I think so. I think you should definitely introduce whoever the individual is because I feel like that takes the awkwardness away.
Mm-hmm.
At least that your spouse knows, your significant other knows who this individual is, because now I feel like that takes the less like I said, awkwardness away, tension away, anything that could be there.
Yeah.
Because like, oh, okay, like, hey, what you doing? Or like, nice to meet you. Um, Me personally, I would be like, oh, like this such and such. Like, oh, how you doing? This such and such.
Yeah.
In the midst of doing all that, and then like y'all like, oh hey, how you doing? Like, nice to meet you. Whatever it is. Yeah, I definitely feel like you should introduce the individual. That way, like, that goes to show your significant other, I care about you enough to introduce you to such and such. Yeah.
I think that makes more sense. I think it should be done that way. Again, as the spouse, you can prepare yourself. And then I feel like, too, that gives you the opportunity to be like, all right, I know who this person is. And then if you feel the need to, you can just, keep an eye on the interaction to see if you got any worry. But I think you should take what your spouse is telling you for what it is and just
Yeah,
go with
because
that.
at least if
Honestly.
as a spouse you introduce one another to each other,
Mm-hmm.
that just gives reassurance to your spouse, like, oh, okay, like I know, like this is their name,
Yeah.
like you introduce me to them versus like, okay, I don't even know who this individual is.
Yeah,
You
you can
hugging
keep the
on
name to the
them
face.
now, like I don't know, like what's your purpose?
Yeah,
Like
like
what's
who?
your
Why?
motive? Who
Yeah,
are you?
yeah.
Like that takes a lot of overthinking and wondering away.
So I think the takeaway from this is to just the difference between being friendly and being nice.
Nice.
Nice is just simply keeping it respectful, keeping it cordial, introducing your spouse to whoever this person is that you're, about to engage with on a, level that gets physical, because a hug is physical. We're not going to take away from what a hug is. It's physical. Like, you're actually physically touching somebody. So I feel like when it comes to the point of, like, just explaining, like, this is this person, this is who this is, and just being respectful about it, I think that's fine. It also too got to come to a point of, you got to do that self detailing. Like, am I strong enough to watch my person hug somebody else? Because that's really all it is. Like, if you can handle that, then you can view it as not being that big of a deal, and it wouldn't be friendly.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
it is physical, but it is a hug.
yeah, like, that's what
And
it
your
is.
your spouse is there to witness you doing such.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be getting your panties in a bunch or
Yeah,
whatnot. Especially if you know you done more or done deeper
yeah, that's the key,
damage.
man. That's the key.
Don't be overly sensitive
I feel like,
over that, and you know that you've like extended, you've gone above and beyond
yeah,
what
count your
you are
blessings.
viewing and you are witnessing. You're a part of that moment.
Mm-hmm.
You're not
It's not
a,
you ain't find
it's
out
not
about it.
secretive,
It
like
wasn't
you're
posted.
there
Yeah, you seen it. You
in
saw
that
live action.
moment. You saw everything of that interaction.
Yeah,
Don't make it more than what it is.
because you'll do more harm to yourself in your relationship than you would even need to do if you would just accept a hug for being a hug. Simple as that. Let's not
Especially if
overdo
that's
it.
all it was. And y'all
Yeah,
went about y'all night, just one of y'all two, just y'all one another, enjoying each other.
yeah, man.
If that's all it was, a hug, a side hug at that, a few seconds, let it just be that. Don't make it more than what it is. Because at the end of the day, they're with you. You're with
Mm-hmm.
them.
Yep.
Y'all are exclusive to one another.
Facts. Yeah. This was our first viewer suggestion
Yeah,
topic.
like definitely enjoy,
This was pretty nice.
yeah, definitely enjoyed the topic of just discussing it. And like we said, we're transparent.
Mm-hmm.
Can be anonymous, whatever. If y'all have topics y'all want us to discuss, look into,
Tell us. Y'all can tell us
yeah.
personally. Y'all can put it on
Because
our
these are
Instagram.
our like, viewpoints.
Yeah, man. Our Instagram is in the videos on YouTube,
Mhm.
and then on the reels. It's many different ways to let us know what to talk
We're
about.
definitely like not like that. So if you want to inbox us, however it may
Yeah,
be,
man.
if
Tap
y'all
in,
want us to discuss something, just let us know.
and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna put it right on the camera, and y'all gonna see it on Sunday when we
Hmm.
drop it. We
Every
thinking we
Sunday.
thinking about we're gonna keep that under the wraps every Sunday though.
Every
Every
Sunday.
Sunday, y'all can see it every Sunday. I want to say at noon, but I'm gonna just say every Sunday.
Every Sunday, because at noon we're at church.
Yeah, so it might not always be noon, because if I don't edit these videos in a reasonable amount of time, it wouldn't be noon. But it'll definitely be Sunday, 100%. So
Definitely.
shout out y'all. We appreciate y'all, and I know y'all gonna drop more. Like, comment,
It's
subscribe,
nice
share.
versus friendly.
Nice versus friendly.
So did you say what friendly is? Because you described nice.
Oh, friendly is you showing out in a way that makes your spouse uncomfortable. And I feel like we as people, if we're in a relationship, I think we have a good understanding of what makes our spouse uncomfortable. So I would say what friendly looks like is the more, is the longer hugs, is the side conversations, it's pretty much the what you said. It's the running off, leaving your spouse to go talk to this person that you just hugged up with, or that you just hugged on, or that you just was talking to. And this is
That
all.
person whispering in that
Yeah, and then
individual's
again, we're all
ear.
speaking about this because it's together. Like, you're with your spouse while this is all happening. So yeah, that's what I would say is friendly. Friendly is pretty much negating that you even got your spouse. It's like your spouse now became the sidekick and the person that you
They
was,
the other person.
yeah, like your spouse just became the other. That's when you become overly friendly. It's like your spouse ain't even your spouse no more. You ain't even move like a spouse. It's like, oh, you here? What up? But now I'm kicking it with gang. That's where it's too friendly.
Yeah, that's bogus.
Yeah. So when you start treating the person that you knew or that you seen like your spouse, that's too friendly now. Calm down.
Calm
Chill out.
down.
Chill it
Chill
out.
out.
Cool it down.
You would tell
Let's
me
take
if
it
I'm
back.
being too friendly.
I would in the sense if you were, but you've never given me that vibe. Like you've never given me a too friendly vibe. But yeah, I feel like if it was a point where I got uncomfortable, I would let you know. Like I ain't really like that.
Right.
I don't really know what that was, but it
because
hasn't
I
been.
knows how to.
It hasn't been a time where
This
that
is
has
my
happened.
man.
Yeah, and that's mine. And it's
Yeah.
like at the end of the day, you have to be comfortable enough in yourself to know, like, if that's mine, then what you doing ain't nothing compared to what I really be doing.
Yeah.
You getting a hug.
Side hug.
I'm gonna keep it PG-13.
At that.
I'm gonna keep it PG-13.
Side hug.
But you getting a little side hug.
Like not barely.
What
like
am I
a
gonna
few
trip
seconds
for?
long.
Because if I'm be realistic, if I want to get graphic, while you get right after you get your side hug, I'm gonna grab a handful. 2 handfuls. That's just how I'm rocking. I'm gonna grab 2 handfuls and hug even longer. That's what I would do. But everybody ain't me. You know what I mean? So handle it how you handle it. Yeah, I'm grabbing 2 handfuls. Ooh, I'm filling it up.
Yeah, as you should.
You know what I mean? Get that meat.
Because that's your person.
I'm filling it
you
up.
could do whatever.
I'm feeling
whatever's
allowed.
Yeah,
whatever's allowed.
Like y'all exclusive to
You know what I
one
mean?
another. So yeah, wrapping it up. Yeah, it's a side hug. If y'all confident in one another, you gonna see people. Your significant other gonna see people. They know. As long as y'all being respectful to each other, y'all know what's disrespectful to one another.
Yeah,
I feel like that ties into common sense. You know what to do and what not to do.
Exactly. So be smart. Use your brain. Stay loving your person. Don't be too friendly. Just be nice. You heard that from your homie Mike?
Yeah.
And my
I
lovely
agree, husband. Yes. And I am Faith.
The lovely Faith. The lovely one. The beautiful one.
The vet to the car.
CarVett. Convos. Episode 10.
Episode 10. Shout out y'all. Shout out to y'all for tuning in. Shout out to our very first viewer
suggestion topic. Yeah. Shout out you.
Shout out.
Shout out you.
So this is Cheers to Many More. We're looking forward to the influx of topics that are going to come in. We welcome them. Don't be shy.
Don't be
like
scared,
we said, they will be anonymous. And
and we're gonna
this is another episode.
Yeah. We love y'all. I hope y'all love us. And we're signing out just like that.